Good morning, my beautiful followers. Are actually almost afternoon now. Got one of my favorite cups, like a boss. It's not my favorite cup anymore, but it used to be one of my favorite cups to drink my morning coffee out of. It has been a slow Sunday morning for me. I stayed up way too late. I am not one of those TV people, but somebody told me that the new series, The Witcher, is really good, and I ended up staying up watching just way too much of it. That's why I don't watch TV, because once I'm hooked, I'm hooked. So I don't usually enjoy watching TV, but last night I totally got into this series, and I was like, fuck. Like, now I have to watch the whole thing. So I'm hooked, and so I was up really late. And so it has definitely been a slow-moving morning, but a great morning. Getting a couple things off my plate, getting some birthday presents ordered from some people in my life, and drinking my coffee, talking to made a couple phone calls. Just been a really good morning. Good Sunday morning. After yesterday, I had a workshop. I had my oral intimacies workshop, which ended up being really great. I always love workshops, and I know I say this after every workshop. It's always interesting to see the energies that come in and how each time we can be presenting the same content, but the workshop feels so incredibly different depending on the energy that everybody is bringing into the room. And thankfully yesterday everybody brought some really beautiful energy and questions and just focus and attention. And that is actually what our topic is today about. So in the last 3 days, I have been asked several times by several different people, both online, in person, clients, what I think is one of the most important things to tell people in sex. Like, if I was to give one piece of advice, and yesterday we were teaching on oral sex, and the answer to this became really evident. Not that I didn't know it before, but really, if I was to give one piece of advice to everybody, not just men, but men, sometimes you're a little worse at this than others. Women, you're not great at it either, but men, you tend to need to hear this a little bit more, is consciousness. Consciousness in your toolbox. You have to have consciousness in all your sexual tools. So yesterday I wrote an article, and then I taught this workshop all on technique. There's a lot of technique in it. Okay, do this, do this, do this. So there is a piece of it that is incredibly technique focused, and I have the cock connective coming up, which is not as technique oriented, but then summer female orgasm camp, which is a co-ed, has a lot of technique, like touch here, here's where the clit is, here's where the G-spot is, here's the stroke you want to make when you're doing this, here's the stroke when you want to do that. And so it is very technique focused. But at the end of the day, you can have the best fucking technique in the entire world, and if your presence, your consciousness is not in your tools, then you are leaving your sex behind. You are leaving your partner hanging. You are not going to reach your orgasmic potential. Because when we bring our attention to the tools we're using in the bedroom, your fingers, your tongue, your cock, your pussy, whatever it is. I'm live streaming, just FYI. That is when you can bring that consciousness. That is when your partner feels you. That is when you feel yourself. Our consciousness creates an energetic field between us and our partners. So yesterday we were doing this exercise with mangoes and cucumbers, where our partners were either holding the mangoes up here, or if they were a man, they were holding their cucumber, and we were practicing oral sex techniques, because most of the people who attended were coupled, but I worked with somebody who was not coupled, who came as a single, and I could feel him, his consciousness in this mango. I was like, I'm turned on. I was freaking turned on. I was like, I'm like, can I get to my boyfriend after this in time to then get home? No, it was intense. And the reason it was intense was because I felt his presence in this mango that we were practicing with, and I was helping him practice with and giving him directions on. And it was his level of consciousness, his level of presence in his tongue, and also just his presence in the moment that really brought that to an orgasmic place. And so if I was to give any advice, it would be to get really conscious, really present. And guys, you think you're present in your cocks and you're not. You're not. You're not present in your cocks most of the time. Guys are like, oh no, I love my cock, I love my cock. Well, guess what? Most of the time, if I was to ask you, what are you feeling? Right underneath on the frenulum part of your cock, like what is the sensation? They'd be like, it feels good. Well, no, but what is the sensation? Is it spiky? Is it like a warm? Is it warm? Is it tingly? Like, what is the sensation? And you need to get that conscious that you are really tuning in to the little intricacies. So we usually will go around before we start workshops and ask, like, what's the sensation in your body? What's the sensation going on in your body right now? And then afterwards, and I can't tell you how many times I get people of both genders telling me, oh, I feel excited. Well, that's not a sensation. That is a feeling or an emotion. Like, excitement is an emotion. Excitement is an emotion. What is the sensation? Oh, I feel like a shiver across my chest. The cat decided to walk through the live stream. I feel a shiver across my chest. I feel a flushing in my cheeks. I feel a pulsing in my pussy. That is sensation. That is a level of consciousness. But we oftentimes don't bring that into the bedroom. We think we're bringing that into the bedroom. And this is why we have premature ejaculation issues. This is why our partner's like, I don't feel you. This is why we feel numbed out. We push through our consciousness to get to our goal. We're in our heads and our sex instead of into our bodies, feeling the sensation and just enjoying that sensation. I can tell you when I am having sex with a partner and they are not present in their cock, I don't care how big they are. And I have been with some men that are pretty large. I'll be like, I don't feel you. I don't feel you. And I'm a tiny girl and I'll be like, there's no way I don't feel you right now. How do I not feel you in this moment? And that is because they're off in some fantasy. They're here, they're there. They're not present in their tools. The same thing goes with your tongue, your fingers, or just being there in the moment with your partner. If you're touching her or him, because again, this is not just a male thing. Women, we can get very much in our heads as well. But whatever you're touching, it's not even just cock consciousness. It is your mouth, your tongue, your fingers, whatever you're touching your partner with. A dildo, it doesn't matter. A mango, like I just told you that I got aroused by a freaking mango yesterday. It was a good mango. It was a good mango. But it was the level of consciousness, the intent, the energy going in. That is the best sexing. So I can give you fucking amazing techniques to do things. And yes, if your technique is off, then it is going to be hard to reach those peaks. It is going to be hard to have that true, what I would consider orgasm, not climax. Come to a class and I'll talk to you about that. But to get those peaks and those valleys, to really get into that orgasmic state, if you don't have good technique, yes, you do need that. You need to up your technique game. Make sure you know your woman's body. Make sure you know your man's body. Make sure you know what ticks them. What really floats their boat in the bedroom, like their desires. Not everything's going to work for all people, but there are some pretty consistent technique things that I can help you with. However, you can have the best technique in the world, and if you're not conscious, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. I don't care what book you read and I watched some porn video and it showed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're not present, you're not conscious, you're in your head, or you're off on some fantasy, if you're just not feeling yourself, your partner is not going to feel you. And you can start this practice by just practicing with self, of feeling self. Because if you're not feeling self, your partner's not feeling you. So in your masturbation practice, I would suggest you getting conscious. Getting conscious with your tools, getting conscious with your hand, your fingers. I'm not a huge advocate of vibrators, but if you're going to use a vibrator, get conscious with it. Really bring your focus to it. Because good sex has to have a level of consciousness, a level of presence. If you want these, I get people that, I want these multi-orgasmic experiences. I want the sex that you talk about, Addison, and you can fucking have it. You can. However, you cannot have it unless you're willing to do your inner work. I cannot give you the 1, 2, 3s, and then you go off and you're not conscious. You're not being present. You're energetically not there. You're in your fucking head. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm watching all of these other coaches and practitioners, and they're trying to teach the 1, 2, 3s, and I'm like, that's great. 1, 2, 3s can be great. But if that is all you're teaching, you're missing the boat in your sexing. If that is all you're doing, you're missing the fucking boat in your sexing. It's never going to get deep. It's never going to get to that truly orgasmic place. And people come in and be like, no, I have orgasmic sex. And they start talking to me. And I'm like, that's not orgasmic sex. You're not having deep orgasms, especially as a woman. And men, like, they'll be like, well, no, like, I'm not multi-orgasmic. I'm a man. And I'm like, that you're cutting yourself short there. Men can be beautifully multi-orgasmic. I have had many men in my life that have been multi-orgasmic. And it is a beautiful experience, but you have to find your consciousness level. You have to get present with self and with partner in order to make that happen. So the biggest technique, trick, tip I can give you for good orgasmic sex, get conscious. Get conscious in the tools. Get conscious to the level of like being able to feel all parts of your cock or all parts of your pussy. Your fingers, your tongue, really bring your presence level there. Feel your own turn on. That is how to bring yourself to a deeper level of sexing. So, and on that note, if you want to learn more, if you want to learn some of those yummy tips and tricks and techniques with the consciousness and the presence and how to do it and how to wrap it all together, how to pull it into your life, because I teach about Tantra, not just sex. And Tantra is weaving your life together. How do you weave all those beautiful elements of your being together into your life? If you want to learn about that stuff, you can do a consult with me at addisonbell.net. You can fill out my application, but I have some amazing workshops coming up. So Oral Pleasures, it's past. There's no in-person, but you can buy the online version, the recorded version, for a lifetime on my website at addisonbell.net under the programs page. Or I have Cock Connective coming up in person, and then we're live streaming it as well. For those of you who want to get in there, you can head over to my events calendar and sign up for this. This is kind of, as Kendall said yesterday, because we're co-teaching these next 2 workshops together, it is connecting both heads for you guys. It is a men's only workshop. It is connecting the 2 heads, getting you in your masculine energy, getting you conscious in your cock, getting you having better sex, and feeling more confident in the bedroom and out of the bedroom. And then we have our summer orgasm camp, which is on female orgasm. However, men, this is not a women's workshop. This is a co-ed workshop, and both genders get so much out of it. Actually, men tend to come back and go, oh, I got so much out of that. I thought this was going to be all on women, but it helped me. If you want to please your woman, if you want to watch your woman in like this beautiful ecstasy, if you've never seen a woman have a true orgasm, or you don't know what to do, this is the workshop to come to. This workshop, we do it twice a year, and we consistently do it, and we've been doing it for years and years now, and it always fills up because it's that fucking powerful. People come back to this workshop. They come back. They're like, I need my yearly orgasm camp, because we bring the consciousness together with the techniques, with the energetic orgasm. You will actually get to watch Kendall do her magic show over my body. And then there's a live model and demo, which you have the opportunity to leave if you're not comfortable with. Though, if you buy this online, and we've never live streamed this workshop before because it is our baby. It's our baby. If you would like to do this workshop, the online live stream version does not have the live demo. I am not getting naked on video. Sorry, guys. Sorry, not happening. So there is no live demo or lab for this, but you can go on and buy a guru session, which we will happily show you all the tips, tricks, and techniques. And so get your ass over to my events page and sign up. Sign up. This is an amazing workshop. I actually only think we have maybe like 2 slots left for this workshop. As far as the in-person version, I know we still have a couple guru sessions available, and then we have plenty of online slots available because they're unlimited. They're unlimited. So, all right, guys. Well, enough on that. Get conscious. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison. At least please like, share, comment, help me get my message out there, and just tell me your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic and what you think is the most important thing that people know in their sex life. So, all right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.